Hi there. Welcome to episode 203 of Rook and another special edition of our program. This one entitled The Uprising. Where the hell is the Western world? I'm Jian Ghomeshi. Good to be with you, and I really hope you are doing your best wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Hello to you from Toronto, Canada. Salam Dustan Aziz. Durud Bar Shama. Where the hell is the Western world while Iranian youth are being killed? It's not just the media. Where the hell is the Western world? Well, the outrageous silence of most of the Western mainstream media is important, as we first talked about in this space almost 2 weeks ago. That hasn't changed. But now it's bigger than that. Where is the world? Look, as many of you who are Iranian know, there continues to be a confluence of contradictory feelings inside us as we watch what is happening in Iran and those brave young souls putting their lives on the line and for justice. There is elation and inspiration about their courage and drive for change. And there is devastation and pain in seeing the crackdowns on the protest and protesters by this murderous regime. But in all of this, there are events happening in Iran and the diaspora that by any measure or metric are occurrences that news outlets and governments should be responding to as priorities. Front page, big headline, lead the newscast, make the statement simple. On Saturday, 500,000 people marched around the world to draw attention to the uprising in Iran and this regime. We couldn't be more proud as Iranians in the West. Hell, that's bigger than the Live Aid concerts. But would you know it by turning on your cable news channel or scouring the front pages of the dailies? Would you know it in the pronouncements and presentations of Western governments? This weekend in Iran, a group of hundreds of university students at a top-notch institution were blockaded inside and systematically shot at, beaten, arrested, and detained by regime thugs. Can you even begin to imagine that happening anywhere in the Western world and not dominating the conversation and headlines for days or even weeks? A Canadian Prime Minister tweeting some soft policy changes, a French president meeting with Raisi, an American president waiting to sign a nuclear deal, European leaders talking about a few more little sanctions. Really? This is their response. And one is forced to search for reasons. Is it that we are Middle Eastern? Is it that we matter less because we look or sound different and have brown skin? Is it that somehow keeping this regime in power in Iran is helpful in having a convenient enemy to point to and blame things on? What happens in the minds of those Western leaders and so-called progressive voices who go on and on about social justice but are largely silent when it comes to basic human rights in Iran? Oh, there have been some outliers. Thank you, Roger Waters or J.K. Rowling, for staying on this and saying the name Mahsa Amini more than once. But surely the West can do more. We're not talking about intervention, but attention that can support those on the ground in Iran and hobble this regime. If the time isn't now for governments, big companies, mainstream media in the West to stand up for human rights, when is it? We have another special edition of Rook today, this time themed on this very question, the uprising. Where the hell is the Western world?